Here are 10 most dangerous foods people ate throughout history. 10. The poisonous potatoes of war. During the Irish potato famine, desperate families dug up green, sprouting potatoes, unaware they contained solanine, a natural toxin. It causes hallucinations, paralysis, and sometimes death, but hunger leaves no room for caution. 9. Mushrooms of death, the Amanita family. Throughout history, mushrooms have tempted and tricked us. Among them, Amanita phalloides, the death cap, is the most deceptive. It looks ordinary, even delicious, but one small cap can destroy your liver and kidneys within days. Roman emperors, European nobles, and modern foragers alike have fallen victim. There's no antidote, just slow, inevitable demise. 8. Cassava, the root that feeds millions. Cassava is a staple food across Africa, Asia, and South America, but hidden in its starchy flesh is cyanide. Improperly processed cassava can release lethal amounts of hydrogen cyanide when eaten. Entire communities have suffered outbreaks of poisoning during droughts, when people were forced to eat it raw. A crop that feeds the world also carries the power to kill it. 7. Blood clams. If you ever find yourself wandering the food stalls of Bangkok, feeling adventurous and maybe a little reckless, you'll probably come across blood clams. These shellfish are infamous for their rich, briny flavor and their alarming potential to send you straight to the hospital. Blood clams thrive in low oxygen environments, which means they absorb more bacteria and viruses than most sea creatures, including hepatitis A, typhoid, and dysentery. Eating them raw is practically a microbial lottery. Some countries have outright banned their import because of the health risks. In some parts of Asia, though, locals still crave that dark, iron-rich taste. The brave, or foolish, are advised to cook them thoroughly. Otherwise, you might find yourself battling something far worse than food poisoning. 6. Nomura's jellyfish. You'd think the last thing anyone would want to eat is a massive jellyfish, but Japan proves otherwise. The Nomura's jellyfish, one of the largest jellyfish species on Earth, has found its way from the ocean to the dinner table. It's not exactly packed with nutrients, but it's become a novelty ingredient in Asia. One company even went as far as creating vanilla and jellyfish ice cream. Yes, you heard that right. The jellyfish pieces are soaked in milk, giving them a chewy texture that's oddly addictive. But if a chef doesn't properly remove the toxic parts before cooking, the meal could turn deadly. Jellyfish have been part of Asian cuisine for centuries, used to add texture to salads and cold dishes. Still, you can't help but wonder, who looked at a giant, stinging blob and thought, yeah, let's eat that? 5. Monkey brains. Few foods have sparked as much controversy as monkey brains. Historically, the practice was rumored to have taken place during China's Qing dynasty at the lavish Manchu Han imperial feast. But even if it ever did happen, it's now illegal. Selling monkey brains in China can land you a decade in prison. And for good reason. Consuming the brain tissue of primates carries a deadly risk. Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease, a degenerative brain disorder similar to mad cow disease. It's always fatal. 90% of those infected die within a year. 4. African bullfrogs. Big, bumpy, and bizarrely popular, African bullfrogs are eaten in some parts of Africa, especially Namibia, where they're considered a celebratory dish. These frogs are enormous, and apparently their taste is worth the risk. The danger lies in their skin and organs, which contain a toxin called oshiketakata. If eaten too young or not properly prepared, the poison can cause kidney failure. Despite the risks, locals continue the tradition, often timing their consumption with the frog's mating season, when the toxin levels are believed to be lower. 3. Fessique. Egyptians have been eating fessique for thousands of years, a fermented fish dish that's as much about heritage as it is about flavor. Prepared during the spring festival of Sham el-Nassim, fessique involves drying, salting, and fermenting gray mullet fish in wooden vats for over a month. The process cooks the fish using salt, but one wrong move, a little too much moisture, or the wrong kind of brine, and the dish can breed botulism. That's a toxin capable of causing paralysis and even sudden fall. 2. Pufferfish, fugu. Graceful, delicate, and cute, the pufferfish looks innocent enough. But this ocean creature holds one of nature's deadliest poisons, tetrodotoxin. Just a few milligrams can kill a human by paralyzing the muscles while the mind stays completely conscious. In Japan, pufferfish, known as fugu, is a revered delicacy, but only chefs with years of training and a special license are allowed to prepare it. The slicing has to be exact. One mistake, and the diner never makes it to dessert. The liver, said to be the tastiest part, is also the most poisonous. So poisonous, in fact, that Japan banned its sale in 1984. Yet thrill seekers and gourmets alike still chase that forbidden flavor. 1. Wild mushrooms. And finally, the ultimate food gamble, wild mushrooms. They may look earthy and innocent, but one wrong pick can destroy your liver, kidneys, and everything in between. Symptoms of poisoning start mild: nausea, vomiting, cramps. You think you're getting better. Then, 48 hours later, your organs begin to fail. There's no antidote. Doctors can only try to flush the toxins before it's too late.